Welcome back, True to Horse Horsemanship. I've had a few emails and on comments and personal emails wanting to do a horse on barn sour. Well, I got one that's going to be working on two things: barn sour and her being scared of turkeys. Now, because I might get a little busy here later, so on the turkeys thing, the owner of this horse was the first person to introduce her to the turkeys, and he did it all wrong. And I've already explained it to him, and I've already chewed him out for it. But he did the typical, let the horsey, poor little horsey, see the turkeys and smell them and everything. And with this horse's temperament and attitude, all he did now, he established a foundation that the darn horse, I've had her on the trail, she goes all over the place, but when she sees them turkeys, even as I'm riding up the hill, I'm 100 feet from it, she starts getting worried about the turkeys, because he let her just get up there and just tense up and stuff, keep her feet moving. And I'm going to just, when I start riding her, I just want to get her feet moving. And on this instance, where I'm going to be riding on asphalt, so I cannot do what I'm typically would do. So I just got to ride past them. I don't care how she gets past them, as long as we get past them, then I'll ride a ways and come back and work back and forth until she's relaxed. But on a barn sour horse, people quit thinking of where you want to go on your barn sour horses. Like with her, right now she'll ride up past the gate, you can't see behind her. Now here she gets a little worried, and right there she gets a little worried. In this instance, now it's because of the turkeys, but it's still the same principle. So what I'm going to do, as soon as I climb on her, since she rides up well here and gets balky there, I'm not going to worry about getting past that corner. I'm going to work her right here in this spot. Disengage that hip and everything else. And I'm going to get her feet moving. I'm going to pay attention. When I feel her relax a little bit, we're going to walk forward. She tenses up. I'm not going to let her, as soon as that head comes up a little bit, I'm going to put her back to work. I'm not going to let her get there. And that's what most of the time people do wrong with barn sour horses. They let the horse stall out. Do not let the horse stall out. As soon as you see that head out, y'all ride your horse. You know how far it's going to get before it starts getting stupid. Right there, start disengaging the hip. It's that simple. Then ride a little farther. So first thing I'm going to do before I even get started.
Get me to move.
You're right. I'll tell you. When I get started, I'm going to pick up her nose. Yes, I'm riding a shank bit, but this is my bit that I use all the time. It's independent action. One side doesn't interfere with the other. And this one is that hip. Look at that hip. Hear her feet moving. And I'll ride her forward. Right there. Y'all didn't probably say she didn't do nothing. Yeah, she did. She wasn't looking straight. Her ears were perky. She started getting a little worried. I feel it. So I'm not going to let her get worried. Right there. Her ears coming forward like that. And it's not because she's paying attention to me, because she's paying attention to the head. We'll move that hip. Then we're going to ride forward. Right there. She picked up her speed. See, I'm not going to let her get to that point. That's the key thing. Don't let them get to that point. I don't understand why it's so hard for y'all to figure that out. Now she wants to bite and eat. Right there, she's getting bulky. We'll pick up that nose. We'll move her feet. Right here, I can move her feet a little quicker because we're on the asphalt. Let's go down the street a little ways past the turkeys. Now here I can't disengage her hip because it's asphalt, which is be more liking what y'all come up to. But if y'all riding down the road, if you feel your horse starts getting a little sticky foot, coming. You know, I try and be as safe as I can, because here's a tidbit on these breeding horses. Unfortunately, and he did what he thought he had to do, so, you know, I can only tell the owners what I think they ought to do. This mare shouldn't have back shoes on. I can do a little bit better, be safer on this asphalt, but I got to deal with shoes here, and I'm dealing with asphalt, so I just, there, if you notice, I didn't use my spurs to get this mare moving. That's why I got my split reins. If I didn't have split reins, I'd be using a dressage whip to get her feet moving forward. I don't care how far we are. And if you notice, watch my hands, because I'm gonna be out of vocal range. I'm gonna have my inside rein towards what she's worried about. I'm not facing what she's worried about. I don't want her to learn she can turn around and bolt away from it. So this time I'll just let her have her head. I always kept that nose tilted towards it. And even here, I'm riding a good ways away from it so she can relax a little bit. And believe me and this mare's been past this a whole lot of times. But it started out the foundation, the way the owner introduced these turkeys to this mare. He did what he was probably told way back when, but it doesn't work, and I've proved it. Don't let these horses smell it and walk up to them. Get their feet busy, keeping it. Now, if this was an asphalt, I'd really getting her feet trotting up and down this road, and I'd be doing rollbacks to that fence, and the only time she would stop would be by the turkey so she can rest. But this asphalt, I can't do that, so I'll just take my time. If you watch me, I'll keep getting closer. And this was barn sour horse. The principle is the same thing. I want to keep this mare's feet moving. And this time I've stopped a little bit closer to these turkeys. And now when I turn back to them, I'm going to be so anal about it. Even though she's relaxed, I'm still not going to turn that way. I'm just going to give my inside leg, my left leg, and then turn into it. Now, if you notice, when she's turning, I leave her alone. Because she's a little worried, and I start trying to control her feet when she's turning, she's liable to get a little bit more worried. Right there, she walked up on me, so I just got to keep moving. Got a paint mare, she don't care, she care less. Every time I'm getting a little closer and closer. I'm going to stop her here now and just let her chill out here. And with barn sour horses, one of the things I do when I do come back is I work them. It's that simple. Get off your lazy butts. When you get back, and yes, you might be tired from fighting a horse that's barn sour, but when you get back where you're going to put them up, work them somehow. I don't care if it's from the ground, but get that heart rate up and let them know just because you come home don't mean you get to rest. My horses, my personal horses, hell, a lot of times I run home, and a lot of people say, well, aren't you going to make your horses barn sour? No, not mine, because they know when they get here, it doesn't make a hoot. They're still going to have to work. And with me using mine to work the other horses and all, it comes in handy. When I work a barn sour horse, it's not how far I get. Each time I work them, I try to get a little farther and a little farther and a little farther. There. Now that was a lot better. Her turn was a little bit more relaxed. She's not paying attention as much. Now if I made it a big deal, letting her snort like Z did at the beginning, this mare is always going to be big deal, and it's going to take me a long time to work that one little mistake out of her. And number one, I know this mare. She's a smart mare, she's athletic, and unfortunately she is smart. So now I'm just going to turn right back to it, because I want this mare to get real comfortable. And she's making a training out of it too. I'm giving her legs so she's reacting to my leg. I'm helping develop her mouth a little bit more. But see, the thing is, we set ourselves up for failure on this stuff because we think of our objective. Quit thinking of the objective and thinking just about getting your horse feet moving. And don't think about how pretty it is and your horse's. Now I'm not going to stop with her. She's about ready for me to stop until she's not just walking by him. I want her to relax. That's another thing people go wrong with even a barn sour horse. Once the horse's feet get moving, they'll quit working on it a little bit. Then the horses, you still haven't fixed the issue. You've just put a Band-Aid on it. But you got to work past that. To get that foundation, you got to work them until they get consistent. Now it's better. She's lowering her head. She's not looking as hard. Right there, that was, see, that's the thing. If I just quit right there when she did it good, I wouldn't have got it as far next time. Because now she's getting a little bit more tensed up again. So we're just going to keep working it again. Like I said, if this wasn't asphalt, I'd be doing this at a trot or a lope. I wouldn't be doing it as quiet as I am. Stop her feet. Now right there, she want to look at the turkey. I'm not going to allow her to look at that damn turkey. I don't know if it's showing up. I got Tom here that says full strut. If I didn't let her allow that look at that turkey, right then, if I allowed her to look at that turkey, everything what I'm building up right here would have been down the wash. So it's real simple. You know, just get your horse's feet moving. Set yourself up for success, not failure. Get that heart rate up. Don't think poor little horsey, he's missing his buddies. That barn sour horse will not think poor little rider when it knocks you off of a tree, takes you through a fence. We got to get back to true horsemanship. Get out of this thinking of poor little horsey. People that knows me personally, they know I love the horse to death. But I'm not going to think poor little horsey because they get a little frantic. That kind of thinking, you get your horses more frantic. You know, they are just like our kids. They get everything from us. The leadership. You know, if you got two strong parents, you're going to have a strong child. If you got a weak parent who cuddles that kid all the time, that kid's going to be that way. They're going to be bashful. They're not going to be outgoing. So set these horses up and yourself for a success, and it will carry over in life. I mean, to me, there's horses and life has so many similarities, it's unreal. So with that said, this is simple, but to me it is simple. Barn sour horses, I know y'all get frustrated, so you're dealing with it. And but just don't. Just take it one step at a time. Set yourself up for success, and just, like I say, think about keeping that horse's feet moving. It's that simple. So I'm going to just a reminder. I'm going to be in Gilroy. I think, ain't it Gilroy? Yeah, up Gilroy area. That's on my website. You can find out location and details on that. March the 26th, I think. I have to look. It's last weekend in March, so I do know that. And I am talking to a fella. You people over in Europe, sounds like I am going to Norway, so you fans in Norway, keep an eye on when that's going to be. I'll have that posted on my clinic page when I get it. I'm looking forward to meeting everybody over there. And as with that said, yeah, car behind me. Be true to your horse. They'll be true to you. First and foremost, people, be true to yourself. I mean, you got to be. And don't take everything one step at a time. No matter with horses or life, set yourself up for success. Don't think about your objective. Think one step at a time. If you take with horses in your life, think about one step at a time. By George, and you'll get to your goal. Don't think about where you end up wanting to be, because you'll get too bogged down. To my kids and a special person out there, I want to say, Washtele Kidney, and God bless and take care.